Hi guys, welcome to my video. We're going to take a look at the Golden State Warriors. A lot of people really excited about them this year, hoping they can get back into contending for a title or being at least a lot more relevant than they were last year. So we're going to break it down and have a look at what they need to do to get back into the playoffs and how high they can potentially go. By the time the season starts in December this year, it will have been 9 months since we've seen Steph Curry play and 18 months since Klay Thompson has played the game. This backcourt duo is just simply amazing. So highly skilled, great shooting, great passing of the ball, and just completely unselfish superstars. And they permit the team to play fantastic team offense with passing the ball and moving. They're certainly going to be the center of the offense. Without Kevin Durant, there's certainly going to be a lot more on Steph Curry's shoulders, so we could maybe see a return to the sort of MVP level performances. But what makes these guys great is you have to play them so tight on the perimeter. They make great backdoor cuts and get a lot of easy looks. They put so much pressure on the defense with their constant movement, and just a glimmer is enough to get the shot off. And Steph has made a lethal weapon out of relocating to the three-point line. After the pass, he just sprints out there and gets it back and bang, knocks it down. And if we take a look at the numbers, when Steph, Klay and Draymond all play, the winning percentage is just off the charts. However, we were going to be talking about whether Klay can come back off an ACL and still be the same player. I personally think he could have been. Most professional athletes recover pretty well from this injury now, but as I was making this video, Klay Thompson tore his right Achilles tendon out for the season. It certainly derails the biggest hopes of the Golden State Warriors. Losing a player of that caliber is never going to be easy. So what the Warriors really need is some bench depth, especially in the playmaking and perimeter defense. Someone like Lou Dort at OKC, who just put on a bit of a masterclass guarding James Harden, not easy. Another great option could have been Chris Dunn of the Chicago Bulls, a really lengthy guard, fantastic defender, reads the game brilliantly. But they also need playmaking. An option like Justice Winslow would have been brilliant, fantastic guy that could have come off the bench for them. However, you can forget these guys because the Golden State Warriors have used up their £17 million trade exception, signing Kelly Oubre Jr. And that puts them deep into the luxury tax. So picking up any new talent will require them trading their bigger contracts. But I like Kelly Oubre Jr. He could be a good fit on this team. He came off posting career highs last year. He can get his own shot. He's not a bad three-point shooter, and he played well with 2 stars in Washington. And he's really an improved defender. He's an athletic guy, and he uses that to block shots and pick off passes. He's not quite making the same silly off-ball lapses that he used to. And he's put on some size. He's a bigger and stronger guy now, so it's not so easy just to push off and brush away. So he's really getting much better on the defensive end. And how about Draymond Green? This guy's still going to be the heart and soul of their team. He's going to be playmaking, playing defense, really doing a bit of everything. And this guy's just amazing. They're going to run a lot through him. The passing repertoire of this guy is unbelievable. A lot of backdoor cuts, as mentioned before, this teammate, and he just passes unbelievably. This is a 4 or 5, and he's running the break. He's literally getting the ball in the backcourt, pushing ahead. Beautiful pass. What about the defense? I mean, this guy's former Defensive Player of the Year, reads the game amazingly well. Look at this, coming across, getting into help. He's actually a little out of position here, but he strips down on the ball, and he does this so well. He's just fantastic at it. And he picks up a lot of his fouls this way, but you kind of don't mind because he just disrupts and gets loads of steals from it. And what about the versatility of this guy? I mean, he can guard the perimeter as good as anybody can. He's absolutely fantastic. I mean, this is Jaylen Brown, and he really sort of shuts him down here. He's got nowhere to go, and then bang, there he is stripping down on the ball for the steal again. But his shooting is killing the Warriors lately. I mean, that can't happen. You can't be guarding a guy like that and get away with it. He has to punish him. He has to get back to shooting the ball much better like they did in that sort of 2014, 2015 years. If Draymond can just get it back to being about a 30%, mid-30s from the three-point line, it's so hard to match up and guard these guys. Well, what made the Golden State Warriors so good in those championship years was just like the Swiss Army knife of like Iguodala and Livingston and some of the other guys off the bench. That bench depth was really, really key, and it kind of gets lost. And if you look back at the 1920 season, and I know they had injuries that really hurt them, but outside of the first few guys, the rest of the team just sucked. And I like a few of the guys, Eric Pascal, not bad, maybe even Jordan Poole a little bit, but none of them can really play like these guys could, and they've got to get that bench depth back. Now, this is going to be a big season for Andrew Wiggins. Can he prove to the rest of the league he's really worth being around? Energy and effort always seem like it's lacking, and if he can just work a little off the ball to get to spots, backdoor cuts, get to the rim, he'll improve as a shooter, and he gets good open looks and knocking it down like we see here. And these lapses in defense can't happen again. Andrew Wiggins is going to make $7 million more than Draymond Green next year, and that just won't sit well with Draymond if he's not trying, and you better believe he's going to get on it. We know Draymond doesn't have a problem with telling his teammates how he feels, right? The Western Conference is going to be really interesting this year with this. Let's see how free agency plays out, but I think the Warriors could be looking at a 4 or 5 seed and then maybe making some noise in the playoffs. Guys, thanks for watching, and if you like this, please let me know, subscribe, comment, and we'll be back for some more soon.